Come on in the room. Class is about to start. I'm Christina from the Self-Sufficient Classroom, and I'm excited that you're here today. First of all, I want to start off by letting you know I always use the word excited, so if I say it too much, just know that I am genuinely excited, but I would be even more excited if I could stop saying the word excited. It is annoying. But I digress. In today's lesson, we are going to learn how to create an activity or a resource inside of Google Classroom, and then how we can actually have movable pieces in that activity or that resource. So make sure you click like and subscribe, and I'll see you in class. All right, so the first thing you're going to want to do is open up a Google Slides presentation. And you're going to want to delete the boxes that are already there. So go ahead and get rid of those. And what I always do is I start out with, and I already have some of my pieces, so I'll go a little faster. But I always start out with a border. One thing that you'll start to realize about me is when I make resources, I usually always have a border. It just makes the page a little bit different. So I always grab my border, and as you can see, I grabbed that from Shapes, and it is this little frame right here. So once you've done that, you can leave it this size if you want it this size. I'm not a fan of this size, so I always eyeball it. I make it a size that I like. And then I go in and then I add a color to the frame by clicking on Fill Color, and then whatever color I'd like, I choose. And then I would like the edge of the frame to be white, so I go ahead and put that as well. Now I do want to format this shape, and I would like to add, let's go to Format Options. I want to add a drop shadow. If you don't like that drop shadow, you can change the drop shadow color and transparency and all that jazz, but I'm cool with this, so we'll leave this for now. Then what I do is, after I have my border, if I want to put a background in my resource, I go into my clip art and I find a background that I'd like. Now, I do like this one. I've already chosen this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make it fill the space. And then I am going to grab a clip art from my clip art collection. I liked this little girl. I thought she was stinking cute. So I'm going to put her in as well. Now, I'm not fond of the border because it's blending to me too much with her. So I'm just going to go in and I'm going to change the border color. Not really sure what color. Let's see how that looks. That looks okay. I'm not a fan of that one either, but this is just a tutorial, so that's fine. Okay, so if this was going to be a math resource, I've already typed in a math problem, and if you don't know how to create a text box in Google Slides, you simply go to where it says, hold on real quick. You go right here to the little T where it says text box, and you can click that, drag it out, and start typing what you'd like it to say. So mine is going to be for, I believe, this could be kindergarten, or yeah, I don't even think this is a first grade story problem. I think this is kindergarten. But I could be wrong. I don't teach the lower peoples, but I do know that this is not for 5th grade. So what I do now is, this is going to be my story problem, okay? And I would like the children to be able to move these pieces to choose their answer. So I'm going to have it where they're going to put their answer in this box right here. And I am going to actually change the color of this box so it is not the same. Okay, that's not bad. All right, now what I'm going to do is I am going to insert a text box, and it's going to say, we could have it say, put your answer here. So this could be however you want to word it. And little bigger. And then again, to change your font, you're going to go into fonts. You can add more fonts. I'm going to just choose Comic Sans MS. And I know teachers are, I hate this font, but this is again just a tutorial. All right, so now these are the movable pieces. So I'm just going to lay them out real quick just to see how they're going to look. And okay, I just want to see how I'm going to lay this out. I could put it where they put their answer closer to her. Yeah, let's make it a little skinnier. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make I'm going to make four, I believe 4 choices will fit. Let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and if you're not familiar with copy and pasting quickly, there is a command button. Sorry, someone was at my door. There's a command button that you can use on your Mac. It's Command C for copy, Command V for paste, and on a Mac it's going to be Control. And those same options. Okay, so let's move this over a little bit. There we go. Okay, so these are the movable pieces. However, before, and actually I can't even stomach this font, so I'm just going to use another one. I cannot with that font. I would rather have this font than Comic Sans MS. Ugh. Remember, guys, when that first came out? I mean, I've been teaching for a while, so when I was using Comic Sans MS in the beginning, I mean, that was the font. That was like, oh, we are going places. No. Now that font needs to be in the trash can. But that's my opinion. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do, again, Command C for copy and Command V for paste. And I'm going to choose 3 different options for the student's answered choice. So for this story problem, Candace has 9 pieces of candy. She wants to share 3 of them with Jason. How many pieces of candy will Candace have if she gives Jason 3 pieces? Okay, so I'm going to choose 4 different options with one of the options being the correct answer. So I'm going to put 4, and then I can also, since this is for a younger grade, I can also spell it out. Okay, so there's 4. We can have, let's do 6. We have 4, 6, and let's also do now I will say I make most of my resources in PowerPoint, but the more you play around with Google Slides, the easier it is. I'm just not, I really do like making my resources in PowerPoint, but it's okay. We can use Google Slides. Okay, so now that I did that, what I'm going to do, I just came up with an idea, but I'm going to scratch that and stay on the path. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these pieces that I just created, and you know what? See, I'm going to take these pieces, and I am going to, I would love to be able to group these pieces, but for some reason it's not working for me. So I'm just going to drag them over to the side. I think my computer needs a nap. Okay, so I'm going to drag them off to the side, because this is what over here to the side is what I want my students to be able to move. Everything else over here is not what I want them to move. So what I'm going to do is I am going to, let me make this a little, let me make make this a little, there so you can see. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight, sorry I'm repeating myself. I'm going to highlight this right here. Actually, I'm not even going to highlight. I'm going to take a screenshot. I'm taking a screenshot of this. So I'm going to come in, and your computer should have a screenshot option. On a PC, it's going to be called Snip Tool or Snipping Tool. And on a Mac, you definitely have a screenshot option. There are several options. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and capture that. And then I'm going to highlight all of it and push delete. So now I'm going to the background. And when I highlighted that, it automatically, because I have it saved on my computer, to automatically save any screenshots to the desktop. So I already know where mine's going to be. So make sure when you snip yours or take a screenshot, you know where it is going, because you're going to want to go ahead and grab it. So I'm going to grab that off of my desktop. And then as you can see, I cannot move any of this. None of this is movable, which is exactly what I want. So now I'm going to go ahead and get these pieces that didn't want to cooperate with me by me selecting all of them. They still don't want to cooperate, but that's fine. That's fine, pieces. You do what you got to do. I'm still going to get you. Okay, so I'm going to move them on over. All right, so we have, Candace has 9 pieces of candy. And as the students are going to work, you know, what I could have done actually, and I think I am going to do it, I don't want them to be able to delete these or change the answer options. So what I can also do, and what I should have done before I put them back, is I'm just going to go ahead and grab these answers and drag them back off to the side. Let me make it smaller. Okay, I'm going to drag these back off to the side, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make them, I'm going to take a screenshot of these. And actually, I think it would look even better if, I took a screenshot of them with their piece, because what I can do is this right here can actually be the entire piece that they're going to move. So I can delete that, go ahead and grab it from the desktop, put that back in here, and look at that. There is the piece that they can move, and everything is attached. So they don't have an option to even get rid of the answer options. So I'm going to do that with each of the slides, with each of these pieces. All right, so I have all of my pieces, and I'm going to stick them all on the document or on the slide. So this is how this would work. So the student would have about, 1 to 10 or 1 to 15 story problems, and they would read the story problem, and then they would try to figure out how many pieces are going to be left, and they would drag their answer and place it over the box. Now we know that's not going to be 4. We know the answer is going to be 6. So this could be an activity that a parent would work with a student with, or a review activity. But that's exactly how you're going to do that. That's exactly how you would make that resource or make that assignment for your students, and have it where the little character can't move, or the background or the words, but the pieces can move. Okay? And you can design any layout that you want with something like this. So if you wanted to have a different layout with the words on the bottom or the picture to the right, any way that you want to lay that out is totally fine. So I hope this video has been helpful to you. Please make sure you like and subscribe and share this with your teacher friend. And while you're at it, hop on over to the blog and check out what I have going on over there. Until class meets again, I'll see you next time.